Well, I did say that he does join me, and he's officially in the building. His name is Brian Mofokeng, the ultimate heavyweight of the airwaves. Another week for us to do this thing called Life Together, talk football together. Love it for us.
It's always a good one. We always look forward to another exciting show. We're looking forward to that. I mean, the Betway Premiership is here.
Whoa.
Boy, oh boy.
I can't wait to get there. Actually, let's start there.
Yeah.
Let's actually start there.
Yeah.
Betway Premiership kicks off.
Yeah.
A lot of people are still like touch and go about the graphics as to how things are looking.
Yeah.
What is your take as to how the whole league is looking?
I mean, you can see the hunger from the players.
Yeah.
I mean, the coach is coming up and showing exactly what they planned and how they actually went about their business in preparing for this season. I mean, the first game, I covered the first game of this campaign. It was an interesting game, Royal AM in action against Cape Town City Football Club.
Yeah.
And for me, I expected Cape Town City, who have been playing in the MTN 8, to come really all guns blazing and really doing well in that encounter. Yes, the final score 1-1 at the end of the match, but you got to talk about the way Royal AM, whom by the way, the way they fought back.
Yeah.
Mutimang Sira once again breaking hearts right at the end. He's that guy. You know when they say,
Yes.
That's exactly what it is, because he's following his name all the way. Every team he plays against, he causes problems. 1-1 the score was. And later on the day, there's a game that was bought live on SABC1, and I loved it for the fact that the Siwelele fans came out in great numbers.
Packed out the stadium.
It was sold out before even it got to Friday. We knew the game was sold out. And I always thought it would be sold out. Maybe it's just one of those stories. And boy, was I left like, wow.
I want us to talk about, you already touched on Kaizer Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about how they're looking. This is the first time we've seen them under Nabi. Well, not necessarily the first time, it's the first time in the league. Remember, we did see them at the Toyota Cup.
Yeah.
What is the difference between the two games that we've seen this season?
Listen, you know what I love about Kaizer Chiefs? The fact that they brought in some new players. I mean, Serino making his official start for the Amaco.
Does he not remind you of the first time we saw him when he joined Sundowns?
My word, he was
that
something
number
else.
10 position?
He was something else for Kaizer Chiefs on the day. You also talk about a player like Bradley Cross. He got man of the match at the end of the day. I still believe Serino was way ahead of Bradley Cross in performance. Both were making the debut for the Amakosi on the day. But also very important, which I loved, was how Mfundo Vilagazi
came in.
Was literally chastised for what he was doing in a game against Yanga.
Yeah.
He was playing on the ball, not doing anything. And Coach Nabi stuck to his gun to say, these are young players I need to groom, and I'm going to build a good team around them. And to see the two young players, and the third one being Wandile Duba, supplying a goal, and then you saw Vilagazi scoring, you saw Shabalala scoring as well, and also saw Serino becoming the key player. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
You bring in a senior player into the squad. People are saying he's 33. What is he doing as Chiefs? He comes to the team. He shows why they bought him. Stability, leadership he brings onto the team.
Yeah.
But you all know, you lose it now and then whenever things don't go his way. But I mean, Tight had a great game. Joseph Mulangwana. He got himself red carded at the end of the day, but he supplied the opener to Stole, who scored the goal there in the opener for Marumo Gallants. They eventually lost the game by 2-1. But Kodus has to go out to the guys in Bloemfontein. Kudos as always, you guys just never fail.
Never disappoints. This also just shows us, right? A lot of people will say that, okay, Mamelodi Sundowns then played their opening game, but the stadium wasn't packed. This is just proof that Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates are the biggest clubs within South Africa.
Somebody argued to say because the game was played on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday night.
That can't be an excuse.
It was Tuesday night, in fact, at 7:30 in Pretoria. People are coming back from work. But I said to them, you know what?
That can't be an excuse.
I said to them, let's leave it out, because any best performing team should have the support coming their way.
Yeah. It's surprising,
But also, are Sundowns fans convinced with the new way? I don't think they are.
Is it the new way, or is it just going back to basics? I believe that it's just going back to basics. You literally see the four at the back. You see who's doing what and whose role is what.
I think if you look at Sundowns, the way they performed in the MTN 8, a lot of people are becoming a bit skeptical around their performance going forward.
Okay.
But the importance of one player, Ronan Williams, returning into goals in the two matches.
That was massive.
You could see just how big a player he is for the side, because they looked more confident on the ball.
Absolutely.
They really went about their
defense doesn't panic.
Better. Everybody was literally playing and knowing exactly what they've got to do. So when you talk about those particular ones, I mean, the dynamics that the coach said that you can be a big player at Bafana, but if you don't give for Sundowns, I'm going to drop you.
Okay. Then brings me to this question.
Yeah.
Are we for Mshishi being dropped? and being put in as a super sub all the time, because when he does come on, he makes an impact instantly.
You need to manage him.
Okay.
He's no longer a spring chicken where he can run the whole 90.
Okay.
But you know his footballing brains.
Yes.
You know what he brings for the team. So play him at the right time and you'll get the best of Mshishi in whatever is remaining from in a Sundowns point of view. And for them to win by 2 goals in against SuperSport United in a game that looked very tight before they eventually scored the goals.
A game of two halves, I would say.
It was indeed. But I've got to say,
I'm upset at SuperSport.
Why?
I believe that in the first half, they were structured, they kept them at bay.
Yeah.
In the second half, that's when they kind of like got disjointed, and that's when they opened up, and that's where Sundowns was able to find the pockets, which is how Sundowns wants to play now. They will find those spaces and they'll hurt you. I
mean, another player that I felt so, and actually felt sad for him, it is Veli Mothwa. You know, he makes a mistake. Howler in the game against Uganda for Bafana Bafana.
Yeah.
He comes in a game for Amazulu. Scoreline is literally 1-1. And he makes a howler, drops the ball in front of an opposition and he scores. But I got to say, you got to also give credit to the coach. Yeah. Pablo came out and said, you know what, he cannot just be a bad goalkeeper overnight.
Can't.
We need to give him time.
There was a time we were praising this man.
You know, he's going through something. Probably comes out of it very quickly because you need the best of Veli Mothwa going forward. You know, Richards Bay getting their first win in a game when they played against TS Galaxy. It was unbelievable. I mean, King Ed Allen, his first match, and he gets himself a goal, gets man of the match as well, and he spoke the Buccaneers. Andy
he almost broke my heart. He almost broke my heart. Because I was just like, what are you doing to eat team Gababa? What are you doing? But what a scorch of a goal that was.
Oh, that was a beautiful goal.
Oh, man.
But respect to the minute of scoring. He showed respect to the fans that actually made him the man he is.
Yo, be. He was like, yo, be. Well, that's the Betway Premiership. So much conversations are still to come this season. It's kick-started off on a high. If you ask me, I am excited. And I did say that the league colours, or should I say, the branding of the new sponsor is literally just evident as to who's walking away with the title this season.